All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and quickly refresh solving two-step equations. Got some sample problems here, very similar to what you have on your review worksheet for Monday. Objective, solve two-step equations. Directions, solve the equation, show all work. If necessary, leave your answer as a simplified improper fraction. All right, so got just a few one. Step 1, add or subtract. Step 2, multiply or divide. So if you remember here, we're just going to go ahead and subtract 4 on both sides. 8x is equal to, going to go ahead and combine these signs here to give us a negative 16, or actually combine the integers, divide by 8. X is equal to negative 2. So again, trying to solve our two-step equations. Solving equations is probably the most important thing we can have you learn and remember before you move on to high school. All right, quick location check. If you notice that the variable 7m really has the negative sign, so that means after I do my first step of subtracting 2 on both sides, I need to make sure I have my negative sign there. So negative 7m is equal to 49. Then we go ahead and divide by negative 7 both sides. So that means m is equal to positive divided by negative. Negative 49 divided by 7 is 7, and negative 7. All right, bunch of negative signs. Be very careful. Again, this is where some students tend to make mistakes. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 on both sides. Oh, yeah. So it's going to give me a negative 2a is equal to a negative 9 plus 3 is going to be a negative 6. Then I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by negative 2. So that means a is going to be a negative divided by a negative is a positive 3. And now remember, you could always, if you needed to, great test-taking strategy, especially when you're in high school, is check your answer. So if you were to check your answer again, it would look like this. Negative 2 multiplied by the a value of 3 subtract 3 is equal to negative 9. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 subtract 3. So that gives me negative 9 is equal to negative 9, which is a true statement. Is that checked out? All right, with our fraction problems there, doesn't matter how it looks. We really just kind of start the same way. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 4 on both sides. Now, if it helps you, you could rewrite this as half x instead of x over 2, and that's equal to 4. Because when it's presented to us like this, in order to find the value of x, we multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So that's going to give me x is equal to 8. Again, if you were to check it, x would be 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Beautiful. All right, fraction 1 with negative sign. We're still going to be careful. Subtract 7 both sides. So if you'd like to, you can change it to negative 1/3 k is equal to 4 subtract 7 would be a negative 3. Going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, negative 3 over 1. So it means k is going to be equal to positive 9. Again, you could check it if you'd like to. Just a few more. Same strategy. Let's go ahead and subtract 7 both sides. So that gives me negative 2/3 x is equal to negative 16. I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by the reciprocal again. So that's going to give me multiplying by negative 3 over 2. So x is going to be equal to, well, I've got a negative multiplied by negative, so it's a positive answer. And I could actually cross-cancel here. 2 becomes a 1. 8 becomes a 3. So negative 8 multiplied by negative 3 is going to be positive 24. All right, last problem that you have on here is very similar to like number 11 and 12 on your, and 7 on your review worksheet. And that's how do we start it if we have a different style fraction. So if you notice here, it's not x over 2, it's x subtract 3 over 2. So the easiest way to do this is to go ahead and clean out your denominator, if you will. and I'm simply going to go to multiply by 2 over 1. Now, that's not the reciprocal because I don't want to get rid of the x subtract 3. All I'm asking you to do is to have your 2's cross cancel. And I'm going to go ahead and multiply the other side by 2 over 1 as well. So if these cross cancel, I now have x subtract 3 is equal to a negative 10. To my last step, because again, if you notice it's just a simple x, is to add 3 to both sides. So that's going to give me x is equal to negative 10 plus 3 is negative 7. Beautiful. All right, so you've got just a few problems to do for your review of solving two-step equations. All right, be awesome.